Before you spend another penny, check your pocket change. A rare 2009 D Lincoln penny, a 1958 D wheat cent, or even a 1936 wheat penny could be worth thousands, or in extraordinary cases, even millions of dollars at auction due to rare errors and exceptional condition. Stay with me, because I'll show you exactly what to look for. Every single day, thousands of Americans casually spend coins that could be worth a fortune. They dump them into vending machines, leave them as tips, or toss them into jars, completely oblivious to the treasure slipping through their fingers. It is a quiet tragedy playing out in pocket change across the nation, a tragedy born of ignorance. There exists a specific coin, a 2009 Lincoln bicentennial cent with the professional life design, that represents the ultimate test of the spender versus the collector. One person sees a penny worth exactly 1 cent. The other sees a ghost, a numismatic phantom so rare that it has the potential to rewrite a family's financial future. You are about to discover why this specific coin, hiding in plain sight, could be worth up to an astonishing $700,000. Before we go any further, I need you to do something. Pause this video right now, walk over to that jar of loose change on your dresser or in your car, and bring it back. I will wait. You see, the difference between financial freedom and financial indifference is often just a matter of paying attention. In 2009, the United States Mint embarked on an ambitious project to honor the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the iconic Lincoln cent. For the first time in 50 years, they replaced the familiar memorial reverse with 4 distinct designs, each telling a chapter of Lincoln's remarkable journey from a log cabin to the White House. The third design, released on August 13, 2009, was the professional life cent, depicting Lincoln as a young lawyer standing before the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois. This was meant to be a celebration of American history, struck into millions of pieces of copper-plated zinc. The Philadelphia Mint produced roughly 398 million of these coins, while the Denver Mint contributed another 336 million. In total, over 734 million professional life cents entered circulation. These numbers suggest commonality, but what the mintage figures do not reveal is the perfect storm of errors and anomalies that makes a select few of these coins extraordinarily valuable. The frantic pace of striking over 2 billion cents across 4 designs in just 11 months created the ideal conditions for a multitude of minting errors. Variety specialists now recognize well over 120 distinct double die listings for the entire 2009 series alone. But the professional life design, with its intricate architectural details, proved to be a particular hotspot for anomalies. One of the most talked about errors involves the windows on the building behind Lincoln. Die errors on the professional life cent are often concentrated on the third upstairs window to the left, where filled-in window panes or even completely missing windows can be found. Another significant variety involves doubled pillars from the Capitol, creating a subtle but detectable ghosting effect. There is also the dramatic die clash error, where the reverse design elements, particularly the windows, are impressed onto the obverse, appearing on Lincoln's neck and beard. These are not just minor imperfections. They are the fingerprints of a chaotic minting process that inadvertently created modern treasures. But the real holy grail, the coin that sends shivers down the spine of every serious numismatist, is not just a simple error. It is the convergence of rarity, condition, and a catastrophic mistake. This is where the concept of the ghost coin becomes terrifyingly real. The most valuable errors are often the ones that were never meant to exist. Consider the off-center strikes. While they occur across all 4 designs, they prove most valuable on the professional life version. A dramatic 20% off-center professional life cent reached over $2,000 at a heritage auction in 2023. Then there are the wrong planchet errors, where a coin is struck on a metal blank intended for a different denomination. These can be worth anywhere from $350 to $600. Yet, these are merely the opening act. The true headline is the potential for a perfect storm. A coin struck on a rare experimental planchet, combined with a significant off-center strike or a dramatic double die error, all in flawless, gem-quality condition. Think about that for a moment. The United States Mint experimented with different metal compositions in 2009. While most business strikes are copper-plated zinc weighing 2.5 grams, A small number of satin finish and proof coins were struck on a bronze composition weighing 3.11 grams. Finding a professional life cent struck on this heavier bronze planchet by mistake, and then combined with a major error, would be like finding a needle in a stack of needles. It is this kind of extreme rarity, an error on top of an error, that fuels the imagination and drives the market value into the stratosphere. Now, let us talk about the numbers that will make your heart race. The difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth a small fortune often comes down to a single point on the grading scale. A certified 2009 Lincoln cent in MS65, which is a nice, uncirculated condition, typically sells for around $15. But as the grade increases, the value explodes. At MS67, a professional life cent can be worth up to $725. A specimen graded MS68 red sold for nearly $1,500 at a heritage auction sale. And a 2009 professional life business strike in MS67 plus red realized an impressive $2,476. These are auction records for coins that are merely exceptional. But what about the coin that is truly one of a kind? The whispers in the numismatic community speak of a value reaching $700,000. This is not a figure plucked from thin air. It represents the theoretical ceiling for a coin that possesses the perfect trifecta of attributes. An unprecedented, one-of-a-kind mint error, absolute pristine condition, and immense historical significance. We are talking about a coin that, if it exists, would be the crown jewel of any collection, a piece that would shatter every known record for a modern Lincoln cent. It is the numismatic equivalent of a unicorn. The market for these error coins is not just active. It is on fire. Collectors and investors are increasingly turning their attention to modern rarities, recognizing that the potential for discovery is still very much alive. The 2009 series, with its unique designs and error-rich production, is at the center of this renewed interest. The 2023 Heritage Auction, which realized over $341,000, led by a rare 1944 steel Lincoln cent, demonstrates the immense liquidity and passion within the error coin market. For the 2009 professional life cent, the market is hungry for top-tier examples. The supply of high-grade, error-free coins is incredibly thin, and the demand from registry set collectors is relentless. This is the fundamental economic principle of scarcity driving value. Every day that passes, more of these coins are lost, damaged, or simply spent, making the surviving examples even more precious. So, where does this leave you? It leaves you with a choice. You can continue to treat your pocket change as nothing more than loose metal, or you can become a hunter, a seeker of hidden wealth. The 2009 professional life cent is out there. It is sitting in a bank vault, hiding in a roll of pennies from the corner store, or resting silently in that jar you just brought back from your dresser. The difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth $700,000 is often just a matter of perspective and a good magnifying glass. The errors are subtle, the details are small, but the reward for those who pay attention is monumental. This is the moment where you decide if you are a spender or a collector. The next time you receive a handful of change, do not just pocket it. Look at the date. Look for the design. Examine the details. You are not just looking at a penny. You are looking at a potential lottery ticket, a piece of American history, and quite possibly, the key to a future you never thought possible. If this glimpse into the world of ultra-rare coins has sparked a fire in you, you are not alone. The thrill of the hunt is addictive, and this is just the beginning. In our next video, we will be uncovering the secrets of another elusive treasure, a coin so rare that most experts believe it does not even exist. You will not want to miss it. What if I told you that the loose change jingling in your pocket, the coins you absent-mindedly toss into a jar, or the pennies you find under your car seat could be worth more than a luxury car, a down payment on a house, or even a comfortable retirement? What if a single copper coin, a 1-cent piece, could be worth $769,000? It sounds like the plot of a treasure hunt movie, but for the select few who know what to look for, this is a reality. Today, we are going to uncover the secrets of one of the most elusive and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1936 no-mint mark Wheat penny. This isn't just a history lesson. It's a guide to spotting a fortune that could be hiding in plain sight. The year is 1936. The world is in the grip of the Great Depression, a time of immense hardship and uncertainty. Yet, amidst the economic turmoil, the United States Mint in Philadelphia was operating at full capacity, churning out millions of Lincoln wheat cents. To the untrained eye, the 1936 penny with no mint mark is utterly unremarkable. It bears the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic twin stalks of Durham wheat on the reverse, a design by Victor David Brenner that symbolized American agricultural prosperity. With over 309 million of these coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, they are, by all accounts, one of the most common issues of the entire series. In average circulated condition, a 1936 penny is worth only a few cents, often less than $1. So, you might ask yourself, why are we even discussing this coin? This is where the story takes a dramatic turn, and the line between common pocket change and a life-changing treasure becomes razor-thin. The answer lies in the anomalies, the subtle imperfections, and the fascinating errors that occurred during the minting process. The no mint mark designation itself is not the error. A coin struck in Philadelphia simply lacks a mint mark, unlike its counterparts from Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. The true value of the 1936 penny is unlocked by a specific and exceedingly rare set of characteristics. We are talking about the 1936 double die obverse, a spectacular mint error that creates a ghostly, doubled image on the coin's front. Look closely at the inscriptions Liberty or In God We Trust. On a normal coin, the lettering is crisp and singular. On a double die, you will see a clear, distinct second image, a shadow of the design slightly offset from the original. This happens when the hub used to impress the design onto the die is misaligned during the hubbing process, striking the die twice at slightly different angles. The result is a coin that looks like it's seeing double, a fascinating ghost in the machine of the U.S. Mint. Now, this is where the true rarity and value come into play. The 1936 double die obverse is not a one-size-fits-all error. There are different varieties, classified by numismatists to distinguish their specific characteristics and rarity. The most famous and valuable is the Type 1, also known as FS101. This isn't just a minor doubling. It's a dramatic and highly sought-after variety. In fact, it is considered the most valuable variety for the entire 1936 date. Professional grading services like PCGS have valued this specific error from $500 all the way up to an astonishing $45,000. That's for a single penny. But the story doesn't end there. Other double die varieties for this year, like the FS103, also command significant premiums. A pristine example graded MS66 red by PCGS can sell for over $1,000, with the finest known specimens reaching into the thousands. The market for these coins is not just active. It is intensely competitive. A recent auction in March 2024 saw a 1936 double die obverse FS103 sell for $1,080. These are not just collector's items. They are blue-chip investments in copper. So, how does a coin meant to be worth 1 cent reach a staggering value of $769,000? The answer is a perfect storm of extreme rarity, exceptional preservation, and intense collector demand. While the 1936 double die obverse is rare, the coin that could potentially reach that astronomical figure is likely an ultra-high-grade specimen, a coin that has survived for nearly a century in flawless or near-flawless condition. Think of the red RD designation, meaning the coin retains 95% or more of its original, vibrant copper luster. A coin that is both a rare error variety and in a near-perfect state of preservation is the holy grail for numismatists. It represents a confluence of factors that rarely, if ever, occur. The 1936 penny, being a common coin, was heavily circulated. Finding one that was immediately pulled from circulation and preserved in pristine condition for decades is an incredible stroke of luck. This is the coin that sends shivers down the spine of every serious collector. It is the ghost in the market, the coin that everyone is searching for but few will ever find. But wait, before you dismiss this as a fantasy, consider this pattern interrupt. Take a moment, right now. Pause this video and look at your pocket change, your car's cup holder, or that old jar of coins you have been meaning to take to the bank? Are any of the pennies from the 1930s? Do you see any doubling in the lettering? Do you see a penny with a vibrant, coppery red color that looks like it was just minted yesterday? This isn't just a theoretical exercise. People find valuable coins every single day. The man who found a 1943 copper penny, worth over $1 million, didn't find it in a museum. He found it in his lunch money. The potential for discovery is real, and the clock is ticking. The market for rare coins is experiencing a renaissance. In an era of digital assets and volatile stocks, tangible, historical assets like rare coins are seeing a surge in interest and value. People are not just collecting coins. They are preserving history and building wealth. The demand for high-grade, error-free, or error-variety coins from the Wheat Penny series is at an all-time high. The 1955 double die is legendary, but the 1936 varieties are its equally elusive and valuable cousins. As more people become aware of their potential value, the competition for these coins will only intensify, driving prices even higher. The urgency is real. The coins are out there, but they are being discovered and snapped up every day. The window of opportunity to find one of these treasures in the wild is closing. Now, you might be wondering, how do I even begin to look for a coin worth $769,000? It starts with education. Learn the difference between a normal coin and a double die. Understand the grading system. Know what to look for in terms of luster and wear. A coin in good condition is vastly different from one in mint state 65. The devil is in the details. If you have a 1936 penny that shows any signs of doubling, do not clean it. Do not rub it. Do not try to improve its appearance. Cleaning a coin can destroy its numismatic value, turning a potential fortune into a common cent. Instead, carefully place it in a protective holder and consult with a reputable coin dealer or a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They are the experts who can authenticate your find and unlock its true potential. The 1936 no-mint mark Wheat Penny is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of the hidden wealth that surrounds us, a tangible connection to a bygone era, and a testament to the fact that treasure can be found in the most unexpected places. It is a story of how a simple error at the mint, a slight misalignment of a die, can create a piece of art worth a king's ransom. The coins are out there waiting to be discovered. They are in dusty attic collections, in old coin jars, and maybe, just maybe, in your pocket right now. This journey into the world of ultra-rare coins is just beginning. The 1936 penny is one piece of a much larger puzzle. If you found this information valuable and you want to continue your treasure hunt, make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on. Because in our next video, we are going to uncover the secrets of another coin that could be hiding in your spare change. A coin so rare and so valuable that it has been called the Holy Grail of American numismatics. You won't want to miss it. Every single day, millions of Americans mindlessly empty their pockets, dump their spare change into jars, or feed coins into vending machines without a second thought. They are spending fortunes without even knowing it, unknowingly passing along treasures that could rewrite their financial future. While you are casually dropping pennies into a tip jar or letting them gather dust in an old coffee can, somewhere out there, a collector is actively searching for the very coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now. This is not just a story about pocket change. This is a story about the thin, almost invisible line between spending pocket money and achieving life-altering wealth. Let's talk about the 1958 D Mint Mark Wheat cent. To the untrained eye, it looks like any other old penny. It is copper, it has Abraham Lincoln on the front, and it has those two iconic wheat stalks on the back. But beneath that familiar surface lies a ghost story, a coin that has haunted the numismatic world for decades, a coin that represents the ultimate spender versus collector dilemma. Because while the average person sees a penny, the informed collector sees a potential windfall that could be worth up to an astonishing $780,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single penny, minted in Denver in 1958, could be worth nearly $800,000. And it is out there. It is in circulation. It might be in your possession right now. The question is not whether this coin exists. The question is whether you are smart enough to recognize it before you spend it for a pack of gum. So here is your first pattern interrupt. Stop reading the screen for a moment. Yes, right now. Look at the jar on your desk, the change in your car's cup holder, or the loose coins in your coat pocket. Are you looking? Because if you are not paying attention, you might be holding the key to your financial freedom and letting it slip through your fingers. That is the fear of missing out, the FOMO that drives the most successful coin collectors in the world. They are constantly aware that the next great treasure is always just one transaction away. And the 1958 Wheat cent is the ultimate embodiment of that treasure hunt. Now, let's step into the second act of this story. This is where we separate the myths from the reality, where we confront the technical details that make this coin a phantom in the marketplace. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat cent marks a pivotal moment in American numismatics. It is the final year of the beloved wheat reverse design that debuted in 1909, making it historically significant as the transition point to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. The Denver Mint produced a staggering 800,953,300 of these cents bearing the small D mint mark. With such a massive mintage, you might think the coin is common and essentially worthless. And for the most part, you would be right. A typical circulated 1958 D penny is worth only a few cents, perhaps up to $1 if it is in pristine, uncirculated condition. So, what makes one of these coins worth $780,000? The answer lies in the errors, the specific, rare, and dramatic minting mistakes that turn an ordinary coin into a trophy. The most famous of these is the double die obverse error. This occurs when a coin die is not properly aligned during the hubbing process, resulting in two images being slightly offset from one another. Every coin struck from that defective die will carry the doubling, making it a variety rather than a one-off error. In the case of the 1958 double die obverse, the doubling is most evident on the motto "In God We Trust" and the word "Liberty," with the error being nearly as dramatic as the famous 1955 double die. This specific error is incredibly rare. In fact, only 3 examples are known to exist, all certified by the Professional Coin Grading Service. The discovery of these coins occurred sometime around 1960, when a Philadelphia collector named Charles Ludovico found at least 2 of them in a $50 bag of 1958 Lincoln cents. Think about that. A collector bought a bag of pennies, and inside was a coin that would eventually be worth over $1 million. That is the dream that keeps collectors searching. But here is where the story gets even more intriguing for those searching for the 1958 D specifically. While the Philadelphia Mint produced the famous double die obverse error, the Denver Mint has its own share of fascinating anomalies. There are reports of repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped multiple times, creating a subtle but collectible variety. There are also rumors of an overdate, a 1958 7 overdate where a 7 is visible beneath the 8 in the date. If such an overdate exists and is verified, it would be a spectacular blunder of immense value. Beyond these, there are the more common but still intriguing errors like die cracks, die chips that create the famous BIE variety where a small piece of the die breaks off between the B and E in Liberty, and lamination errors where the copper planchet splits or flakes. While these minor errors typically do not command the massive premiums of the double die, they add to the mystique and the hunt. However, collectors must beware. Not all doubling is valuable. Machine doubling and die deterioration doubling are common and are not considered valuable errors. The difference between a $780,000 payday and a 15-cent curiosity often comes down to the trained eye and a magnifying glass. So, what is the current market value of these rare specimens? The market has spoken, and it has spoken loudly. In January 2023, one of the 3 known 1958 double die obverse pennies, graded MS65 red by PCGS, sold at auction for a staggering $1,136,250. Another example, graded MS64 red, realized $336,000. These are not theoretical numbers. This is real money changing hands for a coin that started its life with a face value of 1 cent. While the specific $780,000 figure you may have heard could refer to a different high-grade specimen or a unique error variety, the reality is that the 1958 D Wheat cent, in its rarest forms, is a 6-figure and even 7-figure coin. The value is driven by condition rarity at top grades and, most importantly, the exceedingly rare double die obverse variety. Professional authentication by PCGS or NGC is mandatory for these trophy-tier errors. Without that seal of approval, a raw specimen is treated as suspect. This is the confrontation. This is where the ghost becomes real. The coin exists, the errors are documented, and the money is waiting. Now let's have another pattern interrupt. Imagine for a second that you are the one who finds it. Imagine the moment you look at that old penny in your hand and realize the word liberty looks a little strange, a little thicker, a little doubled. Imagine the adrenaline rush as you Google 1958 doubled die penny and see images that match your coin. Imagine sending it to PCGS and getting that coveted holder back with a grade that confirms your find. This is not just about collecting coins. This is about the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovery, and the life-changing potential of a single moment of awareness. That is what makes numismatics so compelling. It is the ultimate treasure hunt, and the treasure is hiding in plain sight. This brings us to the third act, the resolution and the call to action. The market for rare coins is hot right now. Collectors are flush with cash, and the demand for iconic errors like the 1958 double die is at an all-time high. The American Numismatic Association and major auction houses like Great Collections are actively facilitating these high-dollar sales. This is not a fad. This is a mature, multi-billion-dollar market where scarcity and history command premium prices. The 1958 D wheat cent, as the final year of the wheat reverse design, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. It represents the end of an era. And when you combine that historical significance with a dramatic mint error, you create a perfect storm of numismatic value. So what should you do right now? The first step is awareness. Educate yourself on the specific diagnostics of the 1958 double die obverse. Look for the clear doubling on "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Do not rely on the naked eye. The doubling is subtle but distinct. If you think you have found one, do not clean it. Do not rub it. Do not try to improve its appearance. Cleaning a coin destroys its numismatic value and can turn $1 million coin into a worthless piece of metal. Next, seek professional authentication. Send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. It will cost you a small fee, but it is the only way to unlock the true value of your coin. Finally, if you do not have a rare error coin, do not despair. The hunt is part of the fun. Start checking your change. Visit your local bank and ask for rolls of pennies. You never know what might be hiding in there. Here is your third pattern interrupt. Are you still with me? Because this is the part where most people tune out. They think, oh, that will never happen to me. But let me ask you a rhetorical question. What if it does? What if the $780,000 penny is sitting in your change jar right now, and you have been ignoring it for years? What if the difference between your current financial situation and a life of wealth is simply a matter of looking a little closer at the coins in your pocket? The cost of checking is zero. The potential reward is life-changing. The only thing you have to lose is your ignorance. The 1958 D Mint Mark Wheat cent is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of hidden wealth, a testament to the idea that fortune favors the prepared mind. In a world where most people are sleepwalking through their financial lives, you now have the knowledge to wake up and see the opportunities that others miss. This is your call to action. Do not be the person who spends a fortune. Be the person who recognizes one. Start your treasure hunt today. Check your change, examine your jars, and educate yourself on the subtle signs of mint errors. The ghost of the 1958 D is out there, waiting to be found. Will you be the one to find it? And if you think this coin is rare, wait until you hear about the next ultra-rare coin that could be hiding in your pocket. A coin so elusive, so shrouded in mystery, that even seasoned collectors have spent decades searching for it. In our next episode, we will reveal the holy grail of American coinage, a coin that makes the 1958 double die look like pocket change. You will not want to miss it. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you are the first to know when we drop that video. Because in the world of coin collecting, the next treasure is always just one click away. Thank you for watching, and remember, fortune favors the bold, and in this case, fortune favors the informed. Happy hunting!